My name is Anya. I'm 23 years old. I live in Haradam, a quiet town where everyone knows each other, but no one really knows you. It was raining that day, not just outside, but inside me too. I had just found out that the boy I loved was getting engaged to someone else, and I wasn't even worth a goodbye. I didn't know where to go, so I sat right there in the middle of the road, barefoot, soaked, shaking. People passed, some stared, some didn't care. But I just held my phone. The screen blinked, calling Arjun, but he didn't pick up. Not the first time, not the third, not even the 10th. Please, Arjun. That's all I said on the voicemail, again and again. I didn't ask him to come back. I didn't beg him to explain. I just wanted one thing, to not feel invisible, but the line stayed silent, and my heart got louder. Tears mixed with raindrops, pain mixed with shame, and still I kept calling. He used to call me 10 times a day, used to wait outside my hostel, used to say, "You're mine, Anya," always. Now he was someone else's, and I didn't even know when I became no one. We made plans, talked about cities, names for kids, dreams. But maybe I was the only one dreaming. I'm a little busy these days. Anya, let's talk later. Later never came, because today he got engaged. Not a word to me, not even a lie. I wondered, did he love me at all? Or was I just temporary? I waited for his call, for his voice, for one reason, one excuse, one goodbye. But my phone stayed silent, like he blocked me from his world, like I was a mistake he wanted to erase. So I called again and again, until my battery died like my hope. I went home wet, shivering, broken. Mama opened the door. She didn't ask anything. She just touched my head and said, "In a relationship where the voice has been left out, the soul never comes alive." Her words hit deeper than his silence. I didn't get up, didn't eat, didn't cry anymore, just stared at the ceiling and wondered, how do people just stop loving someone? Was I too much, too soft, too available, or was he never mine to begin with? I hope she gives you what I couldn't, and I hope you never leave her like you left me. I didn't send it to hurt him. I sent it to close my own door, because doors need to be shut when the air gets too cold. I stood up, took a bath, wore fresh clothes, brushed my hair, made tea. The world didn't change, but something in me did. I looked in the mirror and saw a girl who was still breathing, still hurting, but still here. A week later, it rained again. Same road, same clouds, but not the same girl. I walked not to call him, but to feel what I had survived. The same spot where I once cried now felt like a closed chapter. The pain was still inside, but it no longer controlled my feet. Someone mentioned his name. I didn't flinch. I didn't look away. I just breathed. That's how I knew healing isn't loud. It's when the name of the person who broke you stops echoing in your bones. It's not forgetting. It's remembering without shattering. Love isn't silent phones, unanswered texts, and broken promises. Love is showing up, choosing, staying. He didn't choose me, but now I choose myself, and that is a beginning I never saw coming. They were everywhere, on social media, in mutual groups, even in my dreams. He smiled, she smiled. They looked perfect. But I didn't cry. Not because it didn't hurt, but because I had no tears left to give. Some goodbyes don't come with closure. You make your own. I bought a diary, wrote on the first page, "Dear Anya, you are enough. You were always enough." Every night, I wrote letters to the girl I used to be, and slowly, that girl became proud of me. I walked into a room full of strangers, and for the first time, I introduced myself without thinking of him. They asked, "Tell us about you," and I didn't mention who left. I spoke about who stayed me. I got the job and something more, a version of myself that I had lost. He was in the office, soft eyes, kind voice, no questions about my past. He said, "You look like someone who's survived a lot." I smiled, not because I liked him, but because someone saw my strength before my scars. But I wasn't ready to love again, and he respected that. One evening, my phone rang. It was him. I didn't answer, not because I was angry, but because I didn't need any more noise. That missed call felt like the loudest victory of my life. He didn't answer when I needed him. Now I wouldn't answer when he remembered me. I stood in front of the mirror and said out loud, "I'm not broken. I'm healing. I'm not forgotten. I'm free." And I believed it, because strength isn't always about moving on. Sometimes it's about moving through. So this is how it really ended. Not with closure, not with answers, not with a message or a sorry, but with silence. My silence. I never got a reply. I never got my questions back, but I got me. I am Anya, the girl who sat in the rain and cried for love, and stood again without it. He didn't answer, but I did, and that was more than enough. The end underscore. Sometimes unanswered calls teach you the loudest lessons. You never needed them to be whole. You just needed to come back to yourself. If you liked this story, please like, share, and subscribe for more emotional stories that touch the heart. And remember, sometimes silence gives us the answer we were begging for.